Good evening and shalom. Numbers chapter 13. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am given to the children of Yisrael. Send one man from each tribe of their fathers, every one a leader among them. And by the command of Yahu'ah, Moshe sent them from the wilderness of Paran, all of them men who were the heads of the children of Yisrael. And these were their names: from the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, son of Zaccur; from the tribe of Shimeon, Shaphat, son of Hori; from the tribe of Yehudah, Caleb, son of Yefuneh; from the tribe of Yishakar, Yagal, son of Joseph; from the tribe of Ephraim, Hosheahu, son of Nun; from the tribe of Benjamin, Pati, son of Raphu; from the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, son of Sodi; from the tribe of Joseph; from the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, son of Susi; from the tribe of Dan, Amiel, son of Gemali; from the tribe of Asher, Shuther, son of Mikael; from the tribe of Naphtali, Nahabi, son of Wusi; from the tribe of Gad, Guel, son of Maki. These are the names of the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land. And Moshe called Hosheahu, the son of Nun, Yehoshua. And Moshe sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said to them, Go up here into the Negeb, and go up to the mountains, and see what the land is like, and the people who dwell in it, whether strong or weak, whether few or many, and whether the land they dwell in is good or evil, whether the cities they inhabit are in camps or strongholds, and whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are forests there or not. And you shall be strong, and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first fruits of grapes. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Sin, as far as Rehob, near the entrance of Hamath. Excuse me, I apologize. And they went up through the Neheb, and came to Hebron and Amiaman, Sheshali, and Tamaiah, the descendants of Anak, were there. Now Hebron had been built 7 years before Salin in Mishraim. And they came to the Wadi Ishokal, and cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they bore it between two of them on a pole, also of pomegranates and of the figs. That place was called the Wadi Ishakal because of the cluster which the men of Yisrael cut down from there. And they returned from spying out the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moshe and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Yisrael in the wilderness of Paran, in Kadesh, and they brought back word to them and all to the congregation and showed them the fruit of the land. And they reported to him and said, "We went to the land where you sent us, and truly it flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. But the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are walled, very great. And we saw the descendants of Anak there too. The Amalekites dwell in the land of Negeb, while the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea and along the banks of the Jordan." And Caleb silenced the people from Masha and said, "Let us go up at once and take possession, for we are certainly able to overcome it." But the men who had gone up with him said, "We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we." And they gave the children of Israel an evil report of the land which they had spied out, saying, "The land through which we have gone as spies is a land eating up its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great size. And we saw there the Nephilim, sons of Anak and of the Nephilim, and we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so we were in their eyes." Then all of the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Yisrael grumbled against Moshe and against Aaron. And all the congregation said to them, "If only we had died in the land of Mizraim, or if we had died in this wilderness. And why is Yahu'ah bringing us to this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and children should become a prey? Would it not be better for us to turn back to Mizraim?" And they said to each other, "Let us appoint a leader, and let us turn back to Mizraim." Then Moshe and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Yisrael. And Yahushua, son of Nun, and Caleb, son of Jephunneh, who were among those who had spied out the land, tore their garments. And they spoke to all the congregation of the children of Yisrael, saying, "The land we passed through to spy out is an exceedingly good land. If Yahuwah has delighted in us, then he shall bring us into this land and give it to us, a land which is flowing with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against Yahuwah, nor fear the people of the land, for they are our bread. Their defense has turned away from them, and Yahuwah is with us. Do not fear them." But all the congregation said to stone them with stones. Then the esteem of Yahuwah appeared in the tent of appointment before the children of Yisrael. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, "How long shall I be scorned by these people? And how long shall I not be trusted by them, with all the signs which I have done in their midst? Let me smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and make of you a nation greater and mightier than they." And Moshe said to Yahuwah, "Then the Mizrahites shall hear it, for by your power you brought these people up from their midst. And they shall say to the inhabitants of this land, they have heard that you, Yahuwah, are in the midst of these people, that you, Yahuwah, are seen eye to eye, and that your cloud stands above them, and you go before them in a column of cloud by day and a column of fire by night. Now, if you shall kill these people as one man, then the nations which have heard of your report shall speak, saying, because Yahu'ah was not able to bring this people to the land which he swore to give them, therefore he killed them in the wilderness. And now I pray, let the power of Yahu'ah be great, as you have spoken, saying, Yahu'ah is patient and of great kindness, forgiving wickedness and transgression, but by no means leaving unpunished, visiting the wickedness of the fathers of the children to the third and fourth generation. Please forgive the wickedness of this people according to the greatness of your kindness, as you have forgiven this people from Mishraim even until now. And Yahuwah said, I shall forgive according to your word, but truly as I live, and all the earth is filled with the esteem of Yahuwah. For none of these men who have seen my esteem and their signs which I did in Mishraim and in the wilderness, and have tried me now these 10 times, and have disobeyed my voice, and shall see the land of which I swore to their fathers, nor any of those who scorned me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit in him, and has followed me completely, I shall bring into the land where he went, and his seed shall inherit it. Since the Amalekites and the Canaanites are dwelling in the valley, turn back tomorrow and depart into the wilderness by the way the sea of reeds. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, how long shall this evil congregation have this grumbling against me? I have heard the grumblings which the children of Israel are grumbling against me. Say to them, as I live, declares Yahuwah, as you have spoken in my hearing, so I do to you. The carcasses of you who have grumbled against me are going to fall in this wilderness. All of you who were registered according to your entire number, from 20 years and old and above. None of you except Caleb, son of Yephuneh, and Yahushua, son of Nun, shall enter the land which I swore I would make you dwell in. But your little ones, whom you said would become a prey, I shall bring in, and they shall know the land which you have rejected. But as for you, your carcasses are going to fall in this wilderness, and your sons shall be wanderers in the wilderness 40 years, and shall bear your whorings until your carcasses are consumed in the wilderness, according to the number of the days in which you spied out the land, 40 days. For a year, a day for a year. You are to bear your wickedness 40 years, and you shall know my breaking off. I am Yahuwah, I have spoken, I shall do this to all the evil congregation who are meeting against me. In this wilderness they are consumed, and there they die. And the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land, who returned and made all the congregation grumble against him by bringing an evil report of the land, even those men who brought the evil report about the land died by the plague before Yahuwah. Of those men who went to spy out the land, only Yahushua, or Yahusha, son of Nun, and Caleb, son of Yephuneh, remained alive. And when Moshe spoke these words to all the children of Israel, the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and went up to the top of the mountain, saying, See, we have indeed sinned, but we shall go up to the place which Yahuwah had spoken of. But Moshe said, Why do you now transgress the command of Yahuwah, since it does not prosper? Do not go up, lest you be smitten by your enemies, for Yahuwah is not in your midst. Because the Amalekites and all the Canaanites are there before you, and you shall fall by the sword, because you have turned away from Yahuwah. Yahuwah is not with you. But they presumed to go up to the mountaintop, but neither the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah nor Moshe left the camp. So the Amalekites and the Canaanites who dwelt in the mountain came down and smote them, and beat them down even to Hormorah. Chapter 15. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, and say to them, When you have come into the land of your dwellings, which I am giving you, and you make an offering of fire to Yahuwah, a burnt offering or a slaughtering, to accomplish a vow, or as a voluntary offering, or in your appointed times, to make a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah, from the herd or the flock. Then he who brings near his offering to Yahuwah shall bring near a grain offering of 1/10 part of fine flour, mixed with 1/4 of a hin of oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine as a drink offering you prepare with the burnt offering or the slaughtering for each lamb. Or a ram you prepare as a grain offering 2/10 a part of fine flour mixed with 1/3 of a hint of oil. And as a drink offering you bring 1/3 of a hin of wine as a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah. And when you prepare a young bull as a burnt offering or as a slaughtering to accomplish a vow or as a peace offering to Yahuwah, then you shall be brought with the young bull a grain offering 3/10 part of fine flour mixed with half a hin of oil, and bring as the drink offering half a hin of wine as an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah. This is what is done for each young bull, for each ram, for each lamb, or young goat. According to the number that you prepare, so you do for each one according to their number. Let all who are native do so with them, in bearing near an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah. And when a stranger sojourns with you, or whoever is among you throughout your generations, and would make an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah, as you do, so he does. One law is for you of the assembly and for the stranger who sojourns with you, a law forever throughout your generations. As you are, so is the stranger before Yahuwah. 1 Torah and 1 right ruling is for you and for the stranger who sojourns with you. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, and say to them, When you come into the land to which I bring you, then it shall be, when you eat of the bread of the land, that you present a contribution to Yahuwah. Present a cake of the first of your dough as a contribution of the threshing floor you presented. Of the first of your dough you are to give to Yahuwah a contribution throughout your generations. And when you sin by mistake, you do not do all these commands which Yahuwah has spoken to Moshe. All that Yahuwah has commanded you by the hand of Moshe, from the day Yahuwah gave command and onward throughout your generations. Then it shall be, if it is done by mistake, without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall prepare 1 young bull as a burnt offering, as a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah, with its grain offering and its drink offering according to the right ruling, and 1 male goat as a sin offering. Then the Kohan shall make atonement for all the congregation of the children of Yisrael, and it shall be forgiven them, for it was by mistake. And they shall bring their offering, an offering made by fire to Yahu'ah, and their sin offering before Yahu'ah for their mistake. And it shall be forgiven all the congregation of the children of Yisrael, and the stranger who sojourns in their midst, because all the people did it by mistake. And if a being sins by mistake, then he shall bring a female goat a year old as a sin offering. And the Kohan shall make atonement for the being who strays by mistake when he sins by mistake before Yahuwah, to make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And for him who makes a mistake there is one Torah, both for him who is native among the children of Yisrael, and for the stranger who sojourns in their midst. But the being who acts defiantly, whether he is native or stranger, he reviles Yahuwah, and that being shall be cut off from among his people. Because he has despised the word of Yahuwah, and has broken his command, that shall certainly be cut off from his wickedness, is upon him. And while the children of Yisrael were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moshe and to Aaron and to all the congregation. And they put him under guard, because it had not been declared what should be done to him. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, the man shall certainly be put to death. All the congregation stoning him with stones outside the camp. And all the congregation brought him outside the camp and stoned him with stones, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe, and he died. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, and you shall say to them to make tzitzits on the corners of their garments throughout their generations, and put a blue cord in the tzitzit of the corners, and it shall be to you for a tzitzit, and you shall see it, and shall remember all the commands of Yahuwah, and shall do them, and not search after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you went whoring. So that you remember, and you shall do all my commands, and be Kadash unto your Eluah. I am Yahuwah your Eluah, who brought you out of the land of Mishraim, to be your Eluah. I am Yahuwah your Eluah.